Okay, now we've created some seed data, we've created a seed method, and we've got the ability to create and apply migrations when we start our app. What we currently also have though is a database that's got some bad data inside it from our earlier tests. So our first job is to delete or drop that database, and inside Solution Explorer we can see what we have. We have this dating.db. Now you may have a couple of extra files inside there as well. It does seem to create some random other files along with a database, the current version of the SQLite provider. So if you do get anything left behind, then you might also want to delete those just in case they do cause you a problem when we restart our app. But our first task, and let's close this stuff down, is to delete our existing database. So we can use a .NET EF command for this, which is one way to delete our database. Another way to delete our database, because it is just a file, is to right click and delete it. But because we've got the tool, let's try and drop it using the tool, as this should work regardless. So we're going to say .NET EF database drop and press return. And again, please make sure your application is stopped at this point. And then we should get the prompt asking us if we are sure. So I'm going to say yes and press return. And we should get the confirmation that our database has indeed been dropped. And like I say, just in case you've got any files left over from the SQLite provider, then do double check that it's genuinely gone from your file system. And it has in my case. So in order to apply our migration and seed our users, all we need to do is restart our app. So I'm just going to execute .NET Watch once again and press return. And cross fingers and hope that all of our hard work has some success. And boom, we now have a new database, an application that started cleanly. And if we take a look at what's gone on, then we can see a lot of insert into in our query for our database. And that suggests to me that everything went quite well. So yeah, quite a lot of activity there, but that's fine because we're applying a new migration, we're seeding data, and let's go take a look at our database. So I'm just going to open up the SQLite Open Database and select the database, and inside our Explorer view, and if we go to SQLite Explorer, then we should find that we've now got two tables, photos and users. And inside our users table, we've got all of these columns now. And if I click the play button, then what we should find is that we have some dummy users in our database with all of these different columns populated. So do double check this. We should have the information that was contained in the seed folder. If you've got anything that looks odd, such as the created all being the same date, or the date of births all being the same date, or something weird going on, then do double check. But this one looks okay. And yeah, I'm going to say that was a success. And let's also make sure that we can log in as one of our users. So I'm going to head over to Postman, and inside section 8 we have a number of requests. And I'm going to log in as Lisa and save the token to EMV. What does that mean? Well, inside the list Postman request, and this is another reason that I selected Postman as the API testing tool, because it does provide some convenience features. And if I take a look inside the body of this request, I've got Lisa as the username along with the password that I specified in the seed data. If I take a look at the scripts, then we have something that we can do after the request has taken place. So inside here, when we get the response back, we're checking the response.json that we're getting back from the API. We're doing a test to see if we have these two properties, the username and token. And if we have those properties, then we're going to set the token inside the global variables for Postman. And that means that we're going to be able to authenticate our requests without needing to manually copy and paste a token everywhere we need to use that token when we're authenticating to our API. So let's give this a go. Let's check, and we'll try and log in as Lisa, and we've logged in and we've got the token, and that means our token is saved into our global variables. And if we take a look at this little icon, the environment quick look, then what we'll find is that our token variable has been set and its current value should match what we see inside our token here. So the system works. Well, let's see. So if we go and get the users, then we've got our authorization tab inside Postman, and we're passing this up as a bearer token, and we're going to use the token that we have now set from that test. And if I click send, then we should get our list of users. And we should be able to get the user by the username as well, API users Lisa. And if I click send, then actually I don't think we can yet. I don't think we've created that particular endpoint to get a user by their username, but we should have one for getting the user by their ID. And sure, that one works as well. And yeah, we're sending up the token just with the header this way, authorization and bearer token. In the other request, I use the authorization tab, but it effectively does the same thing. So now we've got some data to work with. And next we're going to take a look at another pattern that we're going to use to build our application, which is the repository pattern.